Sarah. All day. Hell yeah.
Arm wrestling's about to take place.
Yeah.
What about Ermes against your dad? How do you think that goes, and who do you think would be the favorite?
I'd say the favorite, of course, will be Ermes, just based off performance. But there's a chance that my dad could crack him and Kings move him and make it so that Ermes loses his rise and starts to lose his role. And as soon as he's able to stop Ermes, it might be very interesting. But I would say likely Ermes would get him. I would say my dad would be the underdog for that match, but it wouldn't be some huge underdog. I'd say like 70-30 or so, somewhere around that.
So who do you think out of everybody in this world, who is the one match that your dad would be hesitant to take? You know, give us that little inside info and maybe like some small talk that you guys had that maybe the public wouldn't know. Is it Ermes that he would be most hesitant to pull? Because that's my take. You know, when I bring up a bunch of people, you know, I feel like that's the only guy where you don't hear your dad just being like, yeah, I'll smash him. I'll destroy him. You know, there's always like a hesitation where he always says, he'll never, I'm not pulling him. You know, so I never knew if that's him playing mind games and messing with Ermes and also building up hype to see that match, or is he truly a little nervous of going against Ermes? What's your thoughts?
I think he's a little bit nervous of Ermes. I think Ermes poses a very, very real threat, and I'd love to see the match happen. I'd love to see it, and I think at some point it will happen. I know people want to get that match going. People are always asking for that match, but I think Ermes is the match that he is most scared of taking. Like everybody else, like I don't think he would take a match with Levon right now because there's just no reason to do it. Like there's just no reason to go against Levon because they just had one and everybody saw how that one went. So
and then the other thing is when your dad was on my my channel, we did the interview and I asked about the possible rematch of Levon, and he made it clear that for him to take that match again, he would have to clear out all the super heavies that are in the way.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to jump nobody. He wants to show everybody that he deserves that. So, you know, he definitely has a long list of guys. You know, we were saying the top 5 and we mentioned, you know, 7, 8 dudes. So I think he'd have to go through, you know, the majority of those guys before he would want to take that match with Levon again. And on that list would definitely be in Ermes. I also think Vitali would also be in there. And then who do you think out of the top 5 in the world you think would be the best match for him as far as him dominating and him just having overwhelmingly confidence going into it?
The best match. Okay, so out of the top 5 that I listed, I think the best match. The issue is they're all so good. Every match in that top 5 is going to be very difficult to do. But I think likely it would be Revaz. I think stylistically, it seems that my dad would have a pretty good chance against him because of how Revaz did with Michael. And I've heard that maybe Revaz was hurt in the Michael match and some was a bit weird, but he seemed to have a lot of issue with the King's move. And if he's not able to stop it, then he might just be able to dominate him.
Okay. Well, Auden, I want to thank you for coming on today, brother. I was very impressed, bro, in your knowledge in arm wrestling. It shows that you really are keeping up to date with everything. You follow everything out there. Definitely keep that up, bro. It's very impressive. And I'm looking forward to seeing what you got coming up in your arm wrestling career. Want to follow your tournaments. Definitely interested to see if you're going to be taking on any super matches. Definitely would love to see that. Is there anything that you would like to shout out, brother? You know, if you guys haven't already, get over to his YouTube channel, Auden Larratt. He's got a significant amount of followers already, puts out great content. He also had that recent super match against his older brother, which it got a little controversial during there. I think there was a pin that you might have had that might have been overlooked. What was up with that, bro, before we call it a day? Did you get that pin that round?
Yeah, so the thing is, the rules are a little bit weird. If because technically I didn't touch between his wrist and his fingertips, it's technically not a pin, but I absolutely touched his arm to the pad, 100%. He admits it. I know I did it. I felt the stop, and if that's actually a rule where you have to touch between the wrist and fingertips and it can't be the arm touching, then could you just sit on the pad and cup your wrist in all day? It's very interesting. It's very interesting to look exactly at the rules. I think you can make a case either way and say that, like, legally, no, it wasn't a pin, or, well, obviously it was a pin because he hit the pad. But either way, I don't think I would have turned the match around after that. I think my wrist was too tired at that point, so likely it would have ended the same way.
Do we have any rematches coming up with him? Are you doing anything specifically for training to get ready to beat Milo?
Yeah, so I made a bunch of mistakes in that super match. I pulled like an idiot, and even in the after, like we pulled afterwards, and immediately I realized how I should have beat him, and I was able to just basically just toy with him afterwards. So I made a bunch of mistakes, and what I learned from it. I'm very glad I did the match because I learned from it. So right now he's up in BC. He'll be gone for a while, but when he gets back, I'm sure we'll have a rematch. I'm sure we'll do another super match, and that one I should win. I really should win, unless I just make a bunch of mistakes again. But by then I should be even stronger, and now I know what to do. So I think a rematch is very likely in the future.
And what do you see? What do you have coming up next? What's your plans as far as competing? What are you looking to do?
So I've got provincials this weekend. It's May 13th. I've got the Ontario provincials. That'll be a good one. There's going to be some awesome competitors there, and it'll be very difficult for me to win. I don't think I'll win it, but I'll try to place as well as I can, and that should be very fun. And then I have nationals after that. That is July 1st or so, and my thing is my weight is very weird right now. I'm not sure which class I'll be. I might not be able to make 176s, so I don't know where I'll be exactly and who my competitors are. But so I've got provincials May 13th, and then I've got nationals July 1st. And those are the two things I've got booked in right now.
Now, are you going to be doing a whole lead up on your YouTube, showing your training? Are you going to also
Mhm.
have at your tournaments, you're going to be going live there for everybody to watch?
I don't think I'll be going live, but I'll make a video and I'll post it very quickly afterwards. But of course, I'll do lead up stuff. I'll talk about it. I'll show training. I'll show numbers. I'll show lifts. All the different stuff. But yeah, should be very exciting for these two events coming up. It'll really show me exactly where I'm at. Which will be awesome, and it should be fun.
You have any other platforms you'd like to shout out so we could get subscribers to go check you out?
Just my Instagram and YouTube are the two that I really use. Instagram Auden Larratt, YouTube Auden Larratt, both of them same username, so that makes it easy. Yeah, just check me out on those two, guys.
Well, I appreciate you coming on my channel, brother. You always have an open invitation. Anytime you want to get something out there, if you got any call outs or anything you want to do, you're more than welcome to come on here anytime you want.
Thank you very much, Paul. I appreciate it.
Well, have a great day, brother. And I'll get this all edited up and we will be putting it out all this week.
Amazing. Thank you so much for having me on. It was a great interview. Thank you very much.
And again, good luck this weekend and in July 1st as well.
Amazing, man. All right. See you around.
Talk to you later, brother.